Good morning, Penny. RX and Badgie, good morning. Mossy and Lefty and Jeffy Jeff and EMT Green. Caitlin, good morning. Good morning. Ms. Red Badger. It's not a blue badger. That's a red badger. Shasta. We loved your post. Jimmy Max and the Eric Montgomery dude. Friend, blowing in the wind. Answers blowing the wind. People cry. Oh, people die. Kevin was a tournament pro this weekend. World-class bass. Your answer's blowing in the wind. To the sea. Right, Jeffy? To be free. Just doesn't see. Answer, my friend, blowing in the wind. He's blowing in the wind. He's blowing in the wind. One more song, 2 minutes long. Say hello to each other. We're blowing, it's all kinds of wind today. Oh yeah, it's us in the wind. Come on in, sit down, get a donut. Come on in, grab a donut, grab a chair, grab a clean ashtray, have a coffee, have a tea. Next song, Pop's DJ. Who does Stairway to Heaven reggae style? You guys. Give this 1 minute, and then I'll get on the screen. Give this 1 minute. Tell me if you like it. Stairway to Heaven. Gets there she knows the choice are all closed. Get what she came here for. Thumbs up on the music. Thumbs up on the music. Makes me wonder why. Makes me wonder. Oh, are you kidding me? I've been grooving all morning too. Who isn't feeling beautiful this morning? No. We all know. way cool music this morning. I might have to play reggae all week. I'm like a reggae freak. Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful morning. Moms, that's exactly how I feel sometimes too. Once you join the goofballs, you feel better. Shasta said that. Shasta said that one of the best. We posted that she was writing to me. Thank you. It was a thank you note for a gift. But she made it more than a gift, a thank you. She turned it into a reminder. The best part of the day is when you guys are saying hello to each other and I get to just be quiet, or I'm in the background being dancing and singing. But I'm listening. When I get a chance, I watch you guys' comments. You think that isn't pretty cool for me? How good does that make Pops feel? That's what you guys do. Who is this? This is summertime. Excuse my cough, a little cough this morning, tiny cough. Hey, is it Brian's birthday? I saw somebody saying it was Brian's birthday. Gosh, I like this music this morning. Maybe we just don't do anything but just listen to music together this morning. Good morning, Bethy. Is it Brian's birthday? Jesus Christ, you better be good. Yes, Jeffy, it is. Well, you got to get Pops in the house, right? Here we go. Is it Brian? That's what I thought. Here we go. Hello, Brian. It's tonight nice to know that you're not frying. Seems to me that today's your day, and we ought to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Brian, with a Y. Happy birthday to you, Brian, with a Y. Happy birthday to you, Brian, with the Y, and a honky with the Y too. Happy birthday to you. There you go, Bri. Happy birthday from Pop Croons. Pop Croons. He just left the house. Brian Honky. Brian, you love those Ys. You got Ys all over the place. Why, Brian? Tell us why. Thank you, Trevor. I just washed it a little wet. I like it when it gets a little drier. Happy birthday to Brian. Good morning, True Heart. You're a doll. Make a wish, Brian. Make a wish. Quick announcement. I shouldn't make this announcement yet. I'll wait till tomorrow. That wasn't a cliffhanger. I'm serious. I'll just wait till tomorrow. We're going to have a fun announcement, though. Okay. Wait till tomorrow. Giveaway? Giveaway or fish story? You guys know it's Monday. We didn't do tea from the boat because on Monday we were in Canada. On Saturday we were in Canada. We don't often fish the Canadian side, but we started out fishing Canada on Saturday, thinking, we're going to go over there and find some monsters. Well, we found rain. This is the first time it's rained on me this year. Fish story? I'll tell the fish story first. I'll tell you the fish story first, and then we'll get you, I like that word again, Kimberly, we'll get you a fleeky here, okay? So the fish story, we get out early. We're literally the first boat on the water, we think, at least at the ramp, or probably the first trailer. We go out, and we hit the Canadian side of the river. Next week, I'm going to give you guys a geography class on where the river is in relation to the Great Lakes. Okay? You are, Lee. That's neat. So next week, I'm going to give you a geography lesson. Seriously, with a map. And show you what we're talking about. But on our side's Michigan, on their side's Canada. There's an imaginary line running right down the middle of the river that we can see on the GPS, but it's an imaginary line running right down the... And if you fish on one side, you're on Canada's side, and you have to follow their rules, and you have to be licensed over there. And if you fish on our side, well, their side, they're a little stricter. The Canadians are a little stricter, and there's less fishing going on over there. So Captain Jeff thinks we'll head over to the Canadian side, and that's where the big guys will be hiding, because the American side are probably getting fished harder. Makes sense. We head over to the Canadian side. Boop. We get there. Within 15 minutes, first fish we catch, and it was big. And we're like, yep, this is it. The Canadian side is going to be the monsters today. And then all of a sudden we look up, and all of a sudden, nope, you're not allowed to use a fish whistle in Canada either, RX. So, and it's interesting, you can only fish with one pole each fisherman. On the American side, you can fish with 2 poles per fisherman. So they're a little more restrictive too. And they watch you closer. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes one of their custom boats or one of their Coast Guards or something. Hey, I'd like to see all your stuff, please. The American side's not so attentive. Okay. But anyway, so we catch this biggie, and we look up, and it's thunder and lightning coming. Who wants to be on a boat in the water, an aluminum boat with a bunch of poles sticking out of it on the water in the middle of a lightning storm? Give me 5 people that say, I'd like to be out there. No, you wouldn't. It's the worst place you could possibly be. So Captain puts it into and heads us back over to the dock, and we get our rain gear out. And by this time, well, we can... I don't pay attention to this, you guys, I promise. I don't pay... No one would want to be out there, Ms. Red. Okay? So I'm inside, my brain's going, oh no, we're going to get lightninged out on the rain, on our trip. It's going to be a bummer. But, you know, be nature, right? Well, our captain's very good with the weather. He's also a meteorologist. I'm not kidding you. He's an amateur meteorologist. As much as he knows about wind and current and the weather forecast and the patterns, and he knows it all. And so he's already checking out. He's got, all we have to do is don't go north up the river. If we head south, this storm's heading north, and it's only going to hit the north side. I'm like, really? Okay, let's go fishing. We put our rain gear on. We go back out over to the Canadian side, and it's raining. This is the first time in my life I've ever been in the rain catching fish. I'm like, this is what we do, you guys? And these Michigan guys are like, yeah, that's not bad. No, don't worry about it. No, this is where we catch fish. This is how we do it. I'm like, but I'm a little wet. I'm a little wet back here. I mean, I got my gear on, but are we supposed to catch fish like this? Meanwhile, there's thunder and lightning going up the river, but not towards us. It's going the other way. Within 5 or 10 minutes of putting our rain gear on, the rain clears up. Now we're wearing all this gear we don't necessarily need. And Jeff was right. Captain Jeff was right. The rain, it was the most amazing, beautiful sight for me. I'm able to watch the sheet of rain cross the river and stuff, but we're out of it now. We're over in the clear area. And it's just this beautiful sheet of rain falling across the water. And I was just like, God, nature's beautiful. And I'm over here watching this, and I'm trying to catch fish. Not trying, we are. Catch fish. And we're in the clear down the river, in the clear, and the storm's up the river. And we can see it on the river. I was like, this is so amazing. And of course, the right decision to head the right direction, of course. What did that cause? Because now it's raining and stuff. A lot of the fishermen in the area, I'm not going to go fishing today. It's going to rain on us. It was forecast for lightning. Ends up, there's maybe 3 boats on the river all day long. We're one of them. It was so cool. I was like, yeah, we can fish in anything, man. We don't. It was beautiful. Just the conditions turned out wonderful. That was just the beginning of the story. What a gorgeous weather day after almost getting lightninged out. Okay? I know, Badgie, what a bunch of amateurs out there. They don't know. The dock lady's always blown away. Miss Ranger Debbie, she's always blown away when we come in. She's like, why do you guys always catch the fish? She has one other guy that catches a lot of fish. That's it. And he fishes slightly different. He fishes what they call hand lining. I didn't mind it at all. Well, at first I did, but I'm like, I guess if I'm in Michigan, I'm not going to melt. I mean, if my buddies are fishing in the rain, they're like, yeah, that's what we catch fish. Don't worry about it. It's a great day. So we're on the Canadian side. We're catching pretty big fish. They're coming in pretty nice size. And then it sort of slowed down. And we went 1 or 2 more drifts, and we really didn't catch anything. Captain's like, let's go back over to our side and do the drift that we normally do. Let's just go see what's over there. Middle of the morning now. But we've caught some big ones on the Canadian side. Does anybody, give me 10 people, want to hear the rest of this story? I have about 5 more minutes of this story. And it might include a counter. Give me 10 people, I'm not boring. Out of 47, I'll keep talking if 10 people aren't bored. Because guess what? I mentioned the American and Canadian side for a reason, correct? Don't think that I didn't make a differentiation for a reason. I'm so glad that you guys aren't bored by this story. I'm not. I love telling stories, especially about my buddies. So now Captain Jeff gets us. Thank you, Dakota. So now Captain Jeff gets us over to the American side, and we start our familiar drift. I love this because I know most of these people's backyards now and their docks, and you recognize their dog, and there's a couple of ducks that are always in that same area, and it's just amazing when you keep going back and then you learn. And there's even some snags down below. You're like, oh, I know there's a snag in this area. I'm keeping my stuff way high till we float past it. Then I'll drop it back down and I'll keep on fishing. I just saved Jeff a lure, right? Because he puts them all on. Anyway, here we go. So we're on the American side. And the first 3 or 4 fish we catch are dinkers. Remember I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, you have to catch them. They have to be at least 15 inches to catch, or to keep. 3 in a row, we catch their 14 and a half. So now we're already convinced there's Canadian size and American size. We're a little disappointed. None of us aren't a little patriotic. You know what I mean? We're not anti-American or anything. And yet we're looking at our fish going, that's an American and that's a Canadian. Canadians are killing us. The American little fish, they're little guys. We're having to put the Americans back. We don't even get to keep the Americans. A bunch of Canadians in our tank laughing at us. Oh, we're bigger over here. I'm like, yeah, you're in the tank though, right, dude? All of a sudden, it doesn't stay like that for the rest of the day. Just when we had made up our minds that Americans were puny, just when we had made up our minds that Americans were just not going to quite cut it, just when we made up our mind that we thought, maybe we'll head back over to Canada, Kevin hooks up with the fish. We don't know what it is, but it starts towing the boat. He's on this fish, and the whole boat starts moving in the direction of wherever the fish is swimming. The fish is moving the boat as he's trying to bring it in. We don't know what it is. My mind, I'm saying it's a water dinosaur. Has to be. Who knows what? It's a sturgeon or something. It's got to be. He's bringing it. Kevin's so good fighting a fish, because if it were me, I'd have lost it. I'd have absolutely lost this fish, not Kevin. Jeff says he can tell by the way it's swimming. Oh, that's going to be a bass. Well, we are out there fishing for walleye. Oh, that's going to be a bass. Kevin brings it up. We net it. I showed you guys the picture of it. Literally the biggest bass I've ever seen in my whole life. Monster. We didn't weigh it. What had to be over 5 pounds. Had to be over 5 pounds. That's world-class bass. That's what they catch on the Bass Mass Fishermen guys. And that's like the big one in the tournament. His would have been like, right, eggs. His would have been, it was a smallmouth bass. His would have probably been the big fish of it. Kevin's been fishing these waters 30 plus years. He says it's the biggest bass he's ever caught. Huge. That set it on fire. Next thing you know, Captain Jeff lands one. It's just this much smaller than Kevin's. Just this much smaller, right? A Bertha bass, that's great. Jeff's is huge, but not quite as big as Kevin's. By the way, you guys know we release the bass. Why? People, why do you release the bass? We don't fish for bass. We fish for walleye. That's number one. That's our target fish. Would the bass be a good fish? Yeah, sure it would. But there's a little bit more. I have found since being here 3 years, Michigan guys like to put the bass back. And they like to recatch them. Or whatever happens, let them go and more come. It's not a big bass keeping state. We prefer to be world-class bass fishermen and a place to go fishing than to put them in the pan. And then, of course, some people do put them in the pan, especially you're out camping and that's what you catch or something. But if you're targeting a different fish and you catch one of those big, beautiful babies, I'm not going to take that home and kill it and eat it. That's not what I was out there for. So I'm going to put it back and let it keep propagating. And I'll be honest with you, my Michigan friends taught me that. So that's just what we do. It's kind of a gentleman thing. So now we're catching the biggest bass I've ever seen. Next week on our geography lesson, next week I'm going to give you guys, on Monday, I'm going to give you a geography lesson on the lakes. There's a reason all of a sudden that the big bass are coming up the river. There's an ichthyological reason that they're coming up the river. It's going to be neat to, especially if we catch more bass next week, we'll be proving it. Okay, so the final part of the story. Now, it wasn't just bass we're catching. Next thing you know, we're catching some really big walleye, at least as big as the Canadians. And I'm feeling guilty for making fun of the puny Americans. But we're catching some big ones. Until Kevin, again, catches the biggest walleye I personally have seen in the 3 years I've been here fishing. Huge. He said the cutest thing I've ever heard when we're fishing. If you guys don't remember, a few weeks ago when Miss Kim and Lee were here, Kim, the great Boldini, went out fishing with us. And that particular fishing trip, we were on some monsters. And Kim caught the biggest one of the trip. It was big. I guess he's kept that one in his mind as a measuring stick ever since. Because the first thing he said after we landed this one is he goes, wow, it's Kim-sized. I was like, that is hilarious. I go, that's bigger than Kim's, bro. But he's like comparing it to the last one that he remembers Kim caught. Pretty close, Kim. You caught some monsters, okay? But it was the very first thing. He goes, wow, that's Kim-sized. I was like, what a reference. Sweet man. So now most of our fish are going to either be Kim-sized or not. It's kind of going to be a reference. Another, thanks a lot, Kim. Now you're the counter and the measuring stick, okay? So speaking of counters, and I'll finish the story. I'll be quiet. Can I be quiet for about 10 seconds? And let's give a moment of silence to our counter. It's dead. So we're going to give a moment of silence. It died. All right. So I'm going to give a 10-second moment of silence before I go on. This is for the counter, the fish counter. It's dead. It doesn't work. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Poor fish counter. Okay, so we found out. The fish counter doesn't work. I mean, you guys have heard 3 or 4 fish counter stories already, right? And usually it's us. We usually find out, oh, we missed. There's no question in my mind now that it's actually the counter. Has to be. Because 3 grown men, all with relatively decent levels of intelligence, couldn't possibly miscount for the 4th week in a row. So it's the fish counter. So I ordered a new one. I talked it over with Kevin and Jeff. It's going to be rather large. It'll be about this big. No kidding. It's one of those ones that you see at the store. It's going to be digital. And we're going to put it on a pole like it's the net pole. We're going to mount it up on the boat like this. Mount it up on the boat. Okay? And the digital counter. And we'll be able to see every time you catch a fish. I'm going to put an electronic eye in the lid of the fish tank. So every time we drop a fish into the tank, boop, the digital counter will go up. And it'll count a 1 and a 2. So every time we drop one in the tank, it'll automatically do it digitally. And all 3 of us can check that board anytime we want as we're floating down the river. Of course, the other guys in the other boats will get to see our load, get to see our sign too. We have 14. Next time we float by, 16. So everybody can keep track. So I'm putting a digital platform situation on there because we can't count. We messed it up again this week. It's a scoreboard. I'm putting a big, gigantic digital scoreboard on there. Jeff's not too down with it. He wants to cover it up. Just peek underneath and look at it ourselves. I'm like, no, not until we learn how to do this correctly. Okay, backlit for After Dark. Jeff, we're not covering it up. We need to keep track. Because we're the worst counters there's ever been counting fish on the world counting platform. Ever. Here's what happens this time. We're fishing along. Oh, this has been beautiful fishing. We caught the biggest fish on the Canadian side. We came over here. We caught big, huge bass. We've caught the most beautiful fish. Huge walleye. This is beautiful. The counter says 18. First of all, no, we were at 16. The counter says 16. And well, all we need is 2 more. 2 more fish and we're done for the day. 2 more fish, you guys. Didn't take long, 15 or 20 minutes. Boop. I caught number 16. And Kevin, he was on fire. Boom. Kevin brings in number 18. Counter. We put it on the counter. 16, 17, 18. We're done. We're going to start wrapping up our gear and everything and head back. Captain Jeff, evidently he channeled, I think he channeled with Kim. There must have been a channeling going on. Because Captain Jeff says, hey, Pops, keep your line in the water. Don't bring it up yet. Keep fishing. And I'm going to do a hard count. Meaning I'm going to go open up the tank and I'm going to count each fish one at a time. He did a hard count. Almost every other time in the past that we've done that, we've come up 1 too many. Oh, we should have left earlier. Oh, that's so great. We're the terrible counters. Kim had to have been in your ear, Jeff. This time we do the hard count. Give me a guess. Just guess. How many fish are in the tank right now when we do the hard count? How broken is the counter? Dakota says 12. How many do you think were in there? Exception says 17. Penny's right, 16. How do we miss it by 2? I could even see missing by 1. I could. And we were paying attention. No kidding, we were all feeling the pressure of the counter pressure. Counter pressure. There's 16 in there. Jeff says, thank God. And just about the time Jeff says there's 16, this is the best part of the story, because I had kept my rod in the water. Just about the time Jeff says there's 16, I catch one. I go, no, there's not. There's 17. No, we missed it by 16 out of 17. No wonder we get mixed up. Just as he's telling me that, boop, hook up. Okay, well, here's another one here it comes. Don't worry, we'll catch them. And then within about 10 minutes, Kevin catches number 18 again. Okay, 18 catches another one again. Did we stop fishing then? I mean, we got our 18. We were ready to stop at 18 before the hard count and wrap it up and go home. But we caught 2 more. And we were like, we got fever again. If they were that easy to catch these last 2, let's keep on going. And we did. We fished for another half hour or 45 minutes, caught more fish, and released them. The end of the fishing was on fire. Like, we were just hooking them up. Anyways, that's the story. Terrible counters. Beautiful day. Amazing fish, both sides of the river. American side and Canadian side. And we need a new counter. Okay? We've got to do something about that. It's unacceptable that 3 grown fishermen can't keep track of 18. So I declare it unacceptable. So, rather than keep doing things the way we've always done them, Bradley Gallant, there you are, my best friend. Rather than keep doing the way things we've always done, because isn't that the definition of insanity? We're going to change it up. Scoreboard! Thanks for letting me tell this fish story. Give me 5 people that thought it was a good fish story. Give me 5 people. Good fish story, Pops. Long, but now I get to give 2 giveaways in a row. Okay, I'm going to do 2 giveaways in a row just to make up for it. Okay, I've been waiting to tell you guys this story about how terrible we are at fish accounting. We're literally the worst. Mossy said that was pretty interesting. Jeff, thank you for taking me fishing every weekend. We're going to go again this week, I think, if the weather holds up. And then the following weekend, not this weekend, but the following weekend, salmon fishing trip. Years and years and years, Jeff and Kevin and Jeff's son and brother, those 4 have always gone on this salmon fishing trip. These 4 guys. And the first year I met them, they were off for a weekend of salmon fishing, and I sort of felt sorry for myself. I was like, I wish I could have gone salmon fishing with them. But they didn't know me that well. Last year, they're planning the trip, and they said, hey, Pops, do you want to be added in? Do you want to be the 5th wheel? Do you want to go salmon fishing with us? Last year. They used the same weekend, same charter fishing, everything, every year. Same hotel we stay at. I go, heck yeah, add me in. So last year I went salmon fishing with the boys. It was the best fishing trip I've ever been on in my whole life. And they were so kind. They put me at the rail first. They said, oh, we're going to go by age. So they used that as an excuse, so I had to fish first. Make a long story short, I caught the biggest salmon. His brother caught one bigger than me, but I caught the biggest salmon I've ever caught in my whole life. Ever. And they butcher it right there. You go home with these beautiful salmon steaks, etc. I'm telling you guys this story for a reason. Then this year, they're planning it. They're like, hey, Pops, do you want to be included in? Do you want to be included in again this year? I'm like, heck yeah, I want to be in. Are you kidding me? So they included me again in this year. And it's not this weekend, but next weekend. That's what we're going to go fishing. And it's salmon. It's all weekend. We go leave on a Friday morning, right after tea, and then we'll be gone until Sunday night. Psst. You know what Pops did? Jeff already knows, so it's not a secret. But the other guys don't know. I ordered them all the same shirts. We're going to all wear the same fishing shirt. Same. If I can talk them into a group of 5 goofballs out there on the salmon fishing charter, all wearing our same shirts, our fishing shirts, right? It'd be kind of cute. Even if they could take them off afterwards, at least take a picture with Pops like that. So a crew of guys out there all wearing our Huck fishing shirts. I'm excited. They're Huck fishing shirts. They're like pro shirts for the pro fisherman dudes. So they're cool if you wear them by yourself. When there's 5 of you wearing them, either you're a basketball team that wants to go fishing, or you're a bowling team that has an extra guy, or I don't know. Okay? I'm not sure. Okay? Anyways, it's very, I'll tell you the truth. I think Pops brought a little bit of esprit de corps to the group of 4. I think the 4 were just like, they went along and did their thing, la, 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 right? And all of a sudden, Pops comes along, and there's just this much more energy. I promise. I'm not being a braggart either. I'm just saying I know it. Like all of a sudden, oh, you guys want to wear the same shirts? Hey, 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 you guys want to, blah, 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 hey, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Before they're just like, bro, we've been doing this every year for 15, 20 years. Would you calm down? Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm lucky. I'll be lucky if they bring me back another time. Okay, I'll be very lucky. I have to calm down. I won't be out of control. The goof to the truth. That's funny. No, top 10. Top 10. We've done this category before. Right? Tricky, there's always, you need a wild card. I like that. Just call him a wild card. Top 10. We've done this category once before. We're doing 2 giveaways quickly, right away. Boom, boom. They're pretty nice giveaways this morning because you guys put up with me. Kevin wears the same lucky shirt last 10 years. I don't even doubt that for 1 second. Kevin's he's so beautiful, but he's old-fashioned. Like, Pops should be that guy. You would think I'm that guy. But I'm like all trying to be in the 21st century. Kevin's still this guy. Hello? Home phone, yeah, that's the only kind I have. I don't know how to use a cell phone. No, I'm not really. What? Download? What is a download? What? I don't understand GIF and PIF and GIF. What? No. I open up an attachment? I don't want to be attached to anything, just fishing. Talk to you later. That's Kevin. He's totally old school, and we're not making fun of him, man. I love the guy. I tell him every Saturday, you have no idea. I go, you are literally a character on Tea with Pops. You're the guy that's looking over the fence on Tool Time with Tim Allen. You are the guy, okay? You're the guy no one ever sees, but he's always there. Okay, we're going to do a top 10. Top 10 countries with the most burglaries per their population. Top 10. Let's do countries that are ripping themselves, burglarizing themselves. The most per country, I mean by population. Where are we at? Belize and Brazil and India and China and USA and USA. Yes, they didn't make the list of top 10. Mexico, Brazil, Venezuela, China, Mexico, Brazil, Germany, Canada, Philippines, Brazil. China, England. I was surprised by the one I picked. That's why I picked it. England, Brazil, China, Chile, India, Bahamas, Indonesia, El Salvador, Russia, Chile, Mexico, Kyrgyzstan, Ireland, Africa, India, Vietnam, Somalia, Argentina, Mexico, Guatemala, Cuba, Turkey. It's near Turkey, France, Germany, Cyprus, Chile, Canada, Spain, Los Angeles as a country, Spain, Argentina, France, London, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Ireland, France, Brazil, Australia, Japan, Netherlands, Italy, no, but it starts with an I, Cuba, Australia, UK, Dominican Republic, Sweden, Canada, Australia, Papua New Guinea, Greece, Nigeria, Iran, Peru, American Idol, Iran, Morocco, Poland, Greece, Afghanistan. Now you're flying. Afghanistan, Kenya, Italy, no. South Africa, Iran, no. Libya, Iraq, no. Not those eyes. It's a different eye. Peru, Dominican Republic, Poland, Iran, Romania, Egypt, Iran, Indonesia, Greece, Ibiza, Kimberly, the Golden Bolden, Israel, good job, Kim. Kim, the Golden Bolden, who is also an International Kindness Ambassador. Good job, Kim. Countries with the most burglaries. I was so surprised to hear Israel on that list. I don't know why. Netherlands is number 1. Bahamas, number 2. Israel is number 3 on the list. And it's pretty close. New Zealand, you guys are burglarizing each other. Number 4. Denmark, you're a burglarizer. Number 5. Bermuda, number 6. UK, number 7. Stop stealing from each other. Australia, JC, what's going on down there? Number 8. Malta, number 9. And Sweden, number 10. That one doesn't surprise you. It doesn't. I wouldn't think Israelis are burglars, but they are. By, statistics anyways. Kim, let's look at what you got. Kim, I have a question. I'm going to give you an option this morning. You're getting a fun option, okay? Oh, wait till this coming Monday. I can't wait to do a geography. I'm going to give a Great Lakes geography lesson. It's really not Great Lakes, but it's going to be about the river we fish on. I'm going to study enough to teach. So that's going to be the fun part. Kim, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you got 6 pops and 2 broccolios in there. 6 popsies and 2 broccolios in your cat pack. Kim, I'm going to give you an option this morning. They're pretty darn close to an equal amount. They're pretty darn close. Masi, I love teaching those kind of things. These are Ghost. This is Ghost. Close to 2 grams. This is Golden Halo. Close to 2 grams. Which one would you like, Kim? The Golden Halos or the Ghosts? Jeff, I'm going to learn some more so at least I can know enough to talk about what I'm talking about. Which one does Kim want? She wants to try the Golden Halo. It's a good call. Golden Halos. So those, Kim, wait a minute, isn't Kim, hold on a minute. Hold on, golden for the golden, that's right, Kimberly, the Golden Bolden. Real quick here, give me 10 people, remind me. Isn't she the International Kindness Ambassador, she and Ki Rin? Ki Rin's probably busy this morning, but isn't Kim the IKA Ambassador this month for the next 4 weeks? Real quick, remind me. Wouldn't you think the ambassador should get these too? Shouldn't the ambassador get that put in with it? Why would I? Should I have even made her choose? Yeah. Kim, only because you're the ambassador. That's the only reason. We got to put them both in there. Close up that box before you change your mind, Pops. Real quick before you change your mind. Okay? You know, Pops, he changes his mind like that. No, I don't. Kim, get that out of here, would you please? Next. Okay, next. Okay, you guys ready for this one? So we're looking at the alphabet right now. We're a bunch of alphabet looker-atters. You're welcome, Kimmy. We're looking at alphabets, A through Z, right? Which of those letters, those alphabetical symbols, which letter has the fewest entries in the Oxford English Dictionary? Go. Letter with the fewest entries. Top 10, I picked one out of a list. We got Q's and J's and X's and E's and X's and X's and Q's and G's and J's and X's and G's and A's and Q's and Z's 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 and Z's. I didn't pick the Z, but it's on the list. An E and a C and a Q and a Q and a Y and an R and an X and an M and an X and a Y and a Y and a Y and an I. And a P and an F, and an H and a V and an H and an O, and then an H and an F and a Y, and a P, I haven't seen the letter yet, an L and a U and an I, and a J and a W, and a J and a B, and a W and an I, and a K, exception, you got it. Exception, boop, exception, you got it. The K is the one I picked. K is the letter we picked. Kill it. Let me read the letters to you. X has 152 entries. Z, number 2, 733. So your X's and Z people, you were really right, but I didn't pick those. X, Z, Q is number 3. Y is number 4. J, you guys were really smart, you J pickers. J was number 5. K, the one exception picked, is number 6. V, as in Victor, is number 7. N, number 8. O, number 9. And W, number 10. So, exception. Here we go. Exception, my dear. We have a pack of, this time I counted, no, 1, 2, 3, we got 5 Popsies and 2 Broccolios in there. Okay? We got those. Exception, I need to get your address too, okay? So make sure you send me your address. And we got this. And you get a pick between the ghosts and the golden halos. Would you prefer this pack of ghosts or would you prefer the golden halo? Do you want to be scared or do you want to be a saint? Scared or saintly? You got it. Off that goes to you. There's good, almost 5 grams of total product here. So you shouldn't be unhappy on a Monday morning. Exception. Let's get this out to you, dear. Thank you for always being here and being such a solid member of this community. I don't know where we'd be without you, and you've been here forever. So beautiful. Okay? Final category. Let's do another giveaway. Some of you guys know a lot about snakes. Some of you guys know a lot about snakes, right? I don't. I could never answer this category in a million years. Also, there's a whole bunch of them on here that are the same type, but they're different. Either color, they're not. You have to be specific, is my point. You have to be specific on your answer for me to say you got it correctly. Okay? So, I'm going to ask a snake question. Snakes? Did you guys remember that was one of my favorite comedy routines of all time. Take the guy out of it, but Bill Cosby, back in the 60s, he did a comedy routine called Snakes. He's acting like a little kid, and he's on his bed. Snakes? Snakes, are you out there? It's late at night, and he's scared to death, and he thinks there's snakes crawling all over his bedroom floor. Great routine. Just every time I hear it, I die laughing. Snakes by Bill Cosby. So, top 10. I would be that kid. Scared to death of snakes. Scared to death of them. I hate them, Naya. Good morning. I hate snakes. They scare pops. You know what, though? I've chosen to stay scared by them. Clearly, I could get over that if I wanted to, but I'm good with it. I don't need to like them. Be nature. You guys be nature over there. I'll be it over here with my mushrooms. Okay? Top 10 longest snakes by breed. Wow. I didn't pick the royal python, 35 feet long. 35 feet long. Longest snakes. Black mambas and anacondas, and a ball python, and an anacortes, and an anaconda, and a copperhead, and a python, and an albino ball python. Wow. You guys are, now that's being specific. I like it. A reticulated python, a green anaconda, black mamba, boa constrictor, a ball python. They taste delicious. Ick. Reticulating python, a moccasin, a king cobra, a rock python, a king cobra, a ball python. Thank you for being specific. Inland taipan, an anaconda, a black chicken snake, an Amazonian anaconda, a green anaconda, a king cobra. No. I spelled it wrong. Bull snake, king brown snake, a black racer, a black snake, a boa constrictor, a Burmese python, a red-tailed boa, a Cuban boa, a viper, an Indian rock python, an Indian python, a ribbon, an Indian cobra, a moccasin, a yellow. So it starts with it's one word, and it starts with a B, as in boy. Amaranth python, corn snake, trouser snake, indigo snake, Indian fun python, a corn snake, a yellow anaconda, a rat snake, a red rat, green anaconda, diamondback, close, Brazilian, green python, diamond python, green anaconda, Cuban boa, green tree snake, boa constrictor, he's on the list, rattlesnake, close, olive python, snow snake, rattlesnake, a Papuan python, a diamondback, single python, Indian iPhone, a boa constrictor, a Burmese, a black mamba, a Borneo, a Burmese, a boa constrictor. This is great. You guys don't have a clue. A Burmese, a boa. My anaconda don't want an anaconda. Jason, and a brown button, and a Burmese, and a boa constrictor. Oh, I can't give it away. You guys got to guess it. Look it up. Black mamba, ball python, Burmese, big snake, Benny, a verticulated, a black snake. Whew, I'm getting tired. Viper, thank God I picked this one to kill it with. Brown snake, a brock, no, but it's close. Nope, it's not a Burmese, it's not a Burmese, not a boa. So this guy, where do they live? Oh gosh, snakes live where? Huh? Don't they live in sort of like in bushes, right? Bush. Go on. Come on. Get it from there. Boa, brown cobra, a blind snake, a bird snake, a brown lacana, a Bill Cosby, a boiga. I'm out of breath. What else you guys got? A boomstang. No. Oh, there it is. Disc and fish. I practically fed it to the kids. It's a bushmaster. Come on, man. A bushmaster. Okay, disc and fish. You're going to get a, I'm going to read this and then I'm going to show you what's in the box. Royal Python, number one. You guys are terrible at snakes. Terrible snake knowledge. We need to learn more about snakes. Royal Python, 35 feet long. Anaconda, 28 feet long. An Indian python, this is why I was asking you to be specific, 25 feet long. A diamond python, they're all pythons, 21 feet long. King cobra, 19 feet. Boa constrictors, 16 feet. Bushmasters, 12 feet. A giant brown snake, 11. A diamondback rattlesnake, 9. An indigo or gopher snake, 8. Those are your snakes, you goofballs. Disky, what do you want? First of all, you're gonna get some Popsies and some Broccolios, okay? That's an automatic. Which would you like? Do you want to get scared or do you want to be a saint? Do you want these ghosts fruit or do you want the halo? Whichever one you don't pick, I'm putting back in the box for tomorrow. Which one do you want? Do you want to be a saint or do you want to be scared by the ghosts? I'm waiting on Disky. Oh my goodness, Naya, I will never cook a snake. He's going ghost. I would never cook a snake. I wouldn't eat a snake. I wouldn't go, no, no, I'd have to be like Survivor Island and like literally down to my last hot dog. I'd have to be down to my last hot dog before I'd think about eating a snake. Okay, Disc, get me your information. All of you, please, get me your information at fungi2u.com. And I'll get that out to you. Everything tastes like chicken, Kim. Come on. It can't be. You guys, what a beautiful morning. I'm sorry we didn't do teaching or readings, or I didn't get into any mycology. I didn't do anything. Actually, this week, when you guys start tomorrow, when we're back tomorrow, I had a message from the universe. This isn't a joke. I'm not joking for just a brief moment. I had a message from my universe. It was a pretty strong message. Like just, hey, restart this book. Let's just go through the 4 agreements in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So we're all speaking some T language. There's just a culture here that'll speak the same language. What do we mean when we say impeccable? What do we mean when we say expectations? What do we mean when we say don't take things personal? Let's look at those 4 ingredients again and just sort of refocus. I want to get refocused on those principles and really just, sort of grind into them. Okay? And I actually marked some things to talk about, but I went fish story all day today. But this book right here changed Pop's perspective on the planet. And I'll be honest with you, not the book itself, but reading it the way he put it together. I don't know how it happened. I praise the universe. I've already started practicing a lot of these principles, but I didn't have the words to explain them. I was practicing. I was like, oh my God, that's what I get it. It just resonated so deeply with me. So we're going to get some, give me 5 or 6 people that will that be all right? Let's just get a little grounded in the agreements and just some of the language that I choose to use. Right, RX? We haven't been to the agreements in a while. Yeah. Good idea. I lost in Ms. Red. Okay. Mossy, it's incredible. EMT, we're going to get there. Vegas sounds good, right? Tricky, if we can cover 2 or 3, 4 pages a day, this book is super, super beautiful. This man should deserve a lot of acclaim for he's impacted a lot of lives with him being able to verbalize it and publish it. So Pop's piece, Love. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for putting up with the fish stories today. It was spent the whole day talking fish, but then we gave away a few things, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. A better part of the day was when we were dancing it in with some reggae and saying hello to each other for the first time in 3 days. Gosh, I missed you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. See you later, Brady and Shasta Lady. You're a doll. Thank you for agreements for the win. Aviator Dave, you are always learning. You're a smart dude. Brady Wilson, Laura Devine, Vegas. There you are, Laura, and Vegas Deer, and Rebel Rob and Naya. Yeah. Oh, and Brian Honky. The name of the book is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay, great book. Get it and read along. DJ and Ladrand. Here we go. The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Get this book, order it online. It'll be in your house in 2 or 3 days. Read along with us. Okay? Brady, Exception. Get me that address. Love you, doll. Brady and Nighty and Naya, you have a beautiful day, as beautiful as you. Jesus, and Not Sure, and Eric. My guy, Eric, Rebel, and DJ, and EMT, and Royce. You know, I'm not going to say it, Royce. I'm not going to talk about Mike Canardley. Brian Honky. I just mentioned it. I hope you got it. Lee Wilson, Jesus Christ, Trippy, Hippie. I'm going to be talking about you tomorrow. I have notes to take about you, pal. DJ, EMT, Jeffrey, all the way from New Zealand. Hello. Tricky Peebs and Ms. Red. There she is. She'll never turn blue. I lost my iPad. Dakota, Jimmy Max, DJ, Brian, and Eric. Pops, peace. Be good, be kind to one another. I'll see you guys here tomorrow, same time, same mush channel.